Yo, everyone, welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video, and today we're going to be going over the Dragon Quest collab that got announced officially by Square Enix, and this was 7/27 at around midnight is when they released it. There's a YouTube video, and there's video on X, and that's what we're about to go over. Let's go. Hey yo, welcome back. Thank you for making it past that intro. Before we go any farther, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down there if you are just as excited about this collab as I am, as well as it helps me go ahead and continue further endeavors to make videos and want to dive into this content, as well as meeting other new people. So with that said, first thing we're going to do is take a look at the official video that they released. Let's take a look at it. So, first thing I noticed is this says introductory video number 1. So, there will be another video. I don't know if it's going to be 2. We don't know if it's going to be 3. We don't know how long this is going to last. But it does say introductory video number 1. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis and Dragon Quest Tact crossover event. First thing we're going to take a look at is Erdrick's armor and Erdrick's sword. Now, this is also where I have never played Dragon Quest, so I have no idea what any of these swords and armor is. However, I do know that we have a little sneak peek at what the actual armor looks like, as well as the sword, right? As well as says it's been adjusted for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, right? Obviously, the pixel version versus going into Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. As well as we got a move that he does too, right? Which, if we take a look at this move, I'm under the impression, there's the armor, the sword, it looks phenomenal, looks great, right? I'm under the impression this move is an AoE attack, like it hits everybody, right? At least that's what it would look like. So I'm kind of excited about this one. Let me know if you're excited about this cloud suit and this cloud armor and the sword. So let me know on that one. As well as here's Aerith, Supreme Sage Garb and Supreme Sage's Staff. I'm assuming this is what it originally looks like in Dragon Quest. And it does look pretty good on her, right? It does look pretty good on her. She's got the green scarf. She's got the white going on. She's got the gloves going on. She's got the cape, yep, with going into the scarf. We got the headpiece gear up here. Everything looks accurate, right? Everything kind of looks accurate. And as we're looking at that attack real quick, that attack does look like it's a single attack. It starts on the outside and then kind of converges coming into the inside, right? And hitting one enemy. Here's a story of some sort, right? So there's a story of some sort. And there's a couple things here to note also. The 30th is about to be a big day for this game because all of the events is going away. There's a few of the draws going away. There's a lot of changes about to come here in the next 3 days, come the 30th of this game. If all the events are going away, there's all kinds of changes happening, right? And I feel like it's in preparation for Dragon Quest being one, 2-year anniversary being another thing, right? So here's our little story we get to run. I'm under the impression this is a story from Dragon Quest, right? This isn't an extra story for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, like Crisis Core or First Soldier or something like that. This is, I believe this is going to be its own story, and it might even be time limited at this point, right? Because it is part of an event. And Sephiroth, you're no match for me, fool. I am the rightful ruler of this world. And you will bear witness to my awesome power. That sounds like Sephiroth, right? Which, speaking of, Bane's sword Sephiroth appears. Now, I'm kind of super excited about this one. He looks pretty good. I really like Sephiroth, young and old. So, young and older version, let's just say that. with the sword too. That looks great. And it looks like a solo single person attack too. Some of them might cause like debuffs and stuff, right? Because we are looking at this power creep in this game. As in any game, there's a power creep. And I feel like with that being said, it's not just going to be, here's a big damage, right? They're going to throw a debuff on them as well, maybe fatigue them, or just go ahead and just decrease their physical and magical defenses. Hopefully they get away from that low to low or that low to mid. I'm trying to see that mid to high or high to high. You know what I'm saying, chat? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he looks pretty sweet. Sephiroth, Bane Sword Sephiroth. However, I did notice it doesn't actually show what his weapon and armor is called, right? It's just Bane Sword Sephiroth appears as a boss. So you can't actually play with him. You can't, I don't think you... Maybe you can get his armor and his sword in the future. Wouldn't that be a good thing? What do you think? What do you think? You think it would be nice if we could get this sword and armor in the future, or just keep him as a boss? Because I assume that's why they don't tell us the name of his armor and his sword, but I feel like they should utilize every chance they get, right? Take another look at this attack again. July 30th, 2025. As well as clear crossover missions to get Red 13's gear, the Great Sabercat. This is kind of different for me anyway, because most of the time when you have to get your suits, you actually have to buy them with crystals and make your way like towards the end, or get vouchers or something. This is saying complete the missions to get his gear, right? So at that point you just got to complete missions, it sounds like, which is awesome. It is an easy way to get it. Hopefully everybody can secure that. Just make sure you're logging in every day, doing your dailies. And most of the time, that's all it takes with this game. Just log in every day, do your dailies, exhaust your stamina the first half of the day. The second half of the day, do the same thing. And maybe dump a couple tonics in there and you'll get it, right? So I'm super excited about Red 13. I haven't actually dove into him. I have a few weapons for him. But yeah, that's going to help me boost him up. And that's it. That's it. Alright, so with that being said, all that going over, we're getting armor and sword for Aerith, or armor and sword for Cloud, armor and staff for Aerith. We're getting a Sephiroth final boss, gear for Red 13 that all you have to do is complete missions, getting an extra like story mode mission, it seems like. That all seems great, right? There's a couple things here. I didn't see like an actual boss from Dragon Quest, right? A crossover event, a boss from the actual game. Now, again, I've never played the games, but I have had crossover events in other games, and they do like crossover gear and bosses and stuff like that. So, again, this does say introductory video number 1. So, I don't know if maybe number 2 will have a boss, but which leads me to my next thing of the events. We didn't really see any events right there, right? We saw Cloud's gear, Aerith's gear, Sephiroth as a boss, Red 13's gear, and a new story. Which, like I said, the story could be time limited. But with that being said, I didn't see any actual events, right? Like I said, 4 of them's going away the 30th. Make sure you do as much as you can in the next few days. I don't know what they're going to be doing with the events tabs. If all of them's going away in 3 days, and they didn't announce any, that means the event tab is, at that point is going to be empty. And I don't see it being empty. So let me know, drop down in the comments, what do you want to see this collab consist of? What do you want to see events happen? Do you want, which armor are you looking out for? You know, you want Aerith, you want Clouds, what are you most excited for about this, right? And another thing, like I said, the bosses of the games. What bosses would you like to see, as well as like what extra stuff would you like them to see and to do in the future of, you know, introductory video number 2 or whatever? Because events and then the bosses for me is kind of what's missing, but it does all look juicy. Speaking of juice, take a good drink. I'm out of here, everybody. Let me know what you think. Peace out. This has been your boy King Mo. Much love. Take care. Sip on this G Fuel. Remember, you can use code KingMo at checkout to save yourself 20-30% off. Help your wallets out. Help a buddy out. HBO. Help brother out. And until then, peace out.